Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I have another theatre vlog and review video for you. So recently my husband and I went to London for a couple of days and saw a few shows. So today's vlog is going to be for Hercules The Musical, which we saw at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. We went on Thursday the 26th of July and we went to a matinee performance which started at 2:30. So I think the vlog starts, we're on the tube getting to the theatre. I think we'd just been to the Disney store and it had just, the heavens had opened and it was absolutely throwing it down, so we decided to try and get the tube. Also we were running a little bit late for getting to the theatre. I wanted to get there as it opened so we could look around all the merch, because I know it's been really busy to get to look to the merch, so I wanted to get there early. We didn't get there anywhere near as early as I wanted, but we got there on time. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little video. So we're attempting to get the tube because we're really late to get to the theatre. Here in 1 minute. Hang on, Brian Newbury Park. Okay, so we've finally made it to the theatre. You know, this. Okay, so we're currently queuing to get in the shop. Said the queue time's about 10 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long to get in. Okay, so now in the shop. The queue did only take about 10 minutes. I really like this lounge fly bag. It's £85 though. It has the logo on the back. I don't think I'd use it. There's a mug, a tumbler, got this really nice plush blanket. We've also got a Spirit jersey. This is a nice t-shirt, this is £40. Over here there's some more stuff. I think this stuff is all for pre-order. I think you have to pre-order these things. There's a cap. There's this duffel bag and this cloth hoodie. They've got some Muses merch over here. So the bag's £40. And then this water bottle is £25. We have some jewellery. There's a charm bracelet and a charm necklace. And then these are the charms that go with it. The charms are £10 each. There's also this mug which shows this pre-order only. This is then the Meg merch. This nice t-shirt. We've got some jewellery items, bracelet set. It's nice. I like the colours of this merch. And there's a nice notebook. I'm a sucker for notebooks. I love notebooks. That's quite nice. We then have magnets and keyrings and a pin here. They also have a Hades hoodie at the back there. Okay, so I just want to get a magnet. So I think you have to get this from the front. So I'm going to get the one that's the logo magnet. I like that one, the logo. I don't like that one.
What, blue or blue?
No, I don't like the blue one. Just like the logo one. That one. Okay, so I'll show you where my seat is now. So this is the circle where we are. There's row J here. Okay, so we're now in our seats from row J. I'm in seat 41 and it's going to start any minute. We've got in here really late, so I'll get back to you in the interval and let you know what we think. I'm probably going to go and get an ice cream and just have a look around these and see what it looks like. I think so far I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so I just came to have a little look in the stores. This is what it looks like from the stores area. So, I'm just going to head back up now. Okay, so the show's finished. It wasn't my favourite Disney musical, but I did enjoy it. Hi, so we are now back from London, and I thought I would tell you a little bit about Hercules the Musical, which we went to see at the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. So we went to see Hercules on Thursday the 26th of June. We went to a matinee performance which started at 2:30 p.m. and the show has a runtime of 2 hours and 10 minutes, which includes a 20-minute interval, so it is quite a short show. I thought it might have been a bit longer, but obviously I think they're trying to aim it at families with young children, so it's got a short runtime. And the show has an age guide of 6+. Now, with this being a Disney musical, there was a lot of merch, and I mean a lot of merch. Some of the merch actually you couldn't actually purchase whilst you were there. You actually had to pre-order some of the merch. So I've written a list of all the merch so I can go through it with you. If I've got pictures, I'll put them up here. If not, I won't, but if I've got some pictures, I'll put them up so you can see what I'm talking about. So they had a logo Spirit jersey, which was £75, and they had sizes extra small to XXL. There was a logo mug for £25, a fleece blanket for £45, a Hercules plush, so it was a teddy which was dressed in Hercules outfit, and it was really cute, and that was £40. There was a Loungefly backpack which was £85, which I thought was really nice. It sort of has like a holographic effect on the front, so it changes, when you move it, it changes the Muses outfits. So I thought it was really nice. It's a bit bright and colourful. It wouldn't really have gone with my collection. My collection is more muted and pastel tone, so it wouldn't have gone with my collection, but it was nice. But obviously I didn't get it because it didn't fit in with my collection of Loungefly. But it was a nice bag, and it is exclusive to the show. They also had a logo tumbler which was £35. There was a Hercules logo t-shirt for £40, and that ranged in size from extra small to XXL. There was then a logo tote bag which was £20. There was a cut off hoodie which had Hercules on the front, and it's sort of like a cream colour. That was pre-order only, and that ranged in size from extra small to XXL. There was a Zero to Hero duffel bag. That was £60. Again, that was pre-order only when we were there. I'm not sure if the pre-order onlys are always going to be pre-order onlys, but when we went, these few things were pre-order only. There's also a medallion ornament which was £40, and that was pre-order only. There was a Go the Distance cap for £25. Again, that was pre-order only. They then had a Muses roll top backpack which was black and had sort of Muses sort of silhouette in white, and that, like I said, was £40. That was nice. You could probably fit a laptop in there, small laptop or tablet in there, so I did like that one. I was tempted by that, but I didn't get it. There was a Muses water bottle for £25. There was a jacquard blanket which was £90, which is very expensive, but it was really nice. It was nice. It was really soft. There was then a Hydra mug which was £35, and that was again really nice, but that was pre-order only, and I think the blanket might have been pre-order only as well. They then had some jewellery items. So they had a charm bracelet which came with a medallion charm, and that was £25. And then there was a Hades necklace which came with a scissors charm, and that was £30. And then there was lots of different charms you could buy to put on it. So they had a column charm, a Hades charm, a Medusa charm, a Pegasus charm, and a sun charm, and they were all £10 each. They then had some mega merch. So they had a t-shirt which said "No saving needed." That was £40, and it ranged in size from extra small to extra large. There was then a Meg bracelet set which is nice. It's sort of purple and gold colours, and that was £25. There was a In Love journal which I was tempted by because I love like notebooks and journals. That was £20. We then had a tableau magnet which was £20, so it's sort of like blue and white colour. We also had the logo magnet which was £15, which I did purchase, which is in here, so I'll show you this in a second. So here we go, this is the magnet. I think it's a really nice magnet, but I do think £15 is a bit steep for a magnet, but it is it is quite a thick one as well. There we go, that is the magnet. There was a logo pin for £20, a column keychain for £18, and a cloud keychain for £15. Oh, and there was also behind the desk, there was a Hades hoodie. It was black, which I think had like the arm of Hades cut in the like life line. I don't know how much that was. I didn't see a price. So there was a Hades hoodie. I got a feeling that might have been pre-order as well, and that's why it was behind the counter. So yeah, that is all the merch. Like I said, that is a lot of merch, and some things were pre-order only, and they had like a little stand in the shop near the entrance where you go and make your pre-orders. But yeah, and merchandise, they do have the merchandise shop in the Theatre Drury Lane, which has all the merch, but then there's little stands all over the theatre selling merch as well. I think they was selling them outside on each level, so there's lots of places to buy the merch, not just in the shop, but the shop does sell all the merch, whereas the little stands tend to just sell, like, they had the lounge fly, I think, they had the teddy, the tote bag, I think they had the magnets and the key rings, but the pre-order items and stuff they didn't have. So yeah, that's all the merch, and like I said, I was really good. I only bought, oh, they also have programmes. I forgot programmes. These were £7, which I don't think is too bad for a programme. It's quite a nice programme as well. So for this show, we were sat in the circle. We were on row J, seats 40 and 41, and we paid £75 each for those tickets. So they were the most expensive tickets we purchased for a little London trip by quite a lot, but we really wanted a good view, because I made the mistake when I went to Frozen to buying the cheapest tickets in the balcony really high up, and I just didn't enjoy it. I couldn't see very much, we were so far away. You miss some of the special effects, and I thought, if I'm going to a Disney musical, I want to be able to see it and enjoy it. I don't want to just go and sit at the very back. So we paid a bit more for these tickets, and the view was really good. We had a really good clear view of the stage. The seat was comfortable, the leg room was okay. So yeah, I thought where we sit was really good. You do feel a slightly bit further back, but nowhere near as bad as when we were in the balcony. So I think those seats were good, and I would sit there again. Obviously it's a little bit more than I wanted to pay for the tickets, but yeah, I think the view was good, and I think I would rather sit there. We had a choice between sitting there or sitting at the very back of the stalls, and I think you get a better view from the circle than you would at the back of the stalls, because if someone's tall sat in front of us, we could still see over their heads, whereas in the stalls, I don't think the raking is as good. So I'm glad we sat where we did, because we did have a really good view of the stage. So if you don't know anything about Hercules the Musical, it is based on, or it is adapted from the 1997 Disney movie Hercules, and it has a book by Robert Horn and Kwame Kwei-Armah. I hope that's how you pronounce the name. It has music and lyrics by Alan Menken and David Zippel, and it has direction and choreography by Casey Nicolau. And the story of Hercules it's different from the mythological story of Hercules. It's Disney's version, and this musical version of the story is different from the film. They have made a few changes from the films. So the story begins on Mount Olympus, where Zeus and Hera are celebrating the birth of Hercules, and we have his uncle Hades, who hatches a plan to strip the baby of his immortality and cast him to earth, and then hoping to then erase him from existence altogether. So his plan is to feed the baby Hydra venom, which will make him mortal, and then he can kill him. His plan doesn't go to plan, because Hercules doesn't actually finish drinking all the venom. There's still like a drop left, so instead of making him fully mortal, he keeps his strength. So because he is no longer a god, Hercules has to be sent down to earth, where he is adopted by a woman called Despina, which is different from the movie, because in the movie he's adopted by Amphitryon and Alcmene, and they're his parents, so he has a father in the movie. In this, he just has a single mother called Despina. So Hercules grows up sort of feeling out of place in the mortal world, and eventually he does learn of his godly origins, and he sets off on a quest to earn back his place on Mount Olympus. So his mother Hera tells him the only way he can come back to be with the gods on Mount Olympus is to do something that no god has done before. So Hera tells him about Phil, tells him to go and find him. So Hercules finds Phil, who is no longer a satyr. He is a human character, which was a bit disappointing because it would have been quite easy to make Phil stay as a satyr. You just need some goat legs, some horns, and I think from seeing pictures of the German version, that happens in the German one. He is still a satyr in that, so I'm not sure why they've decided in the London one to change him to a human character, but they have, and he is human in this. And he works in a bar called Muses in Thebes, and he's sort of, I'm not sure if he owns it or runs it, but he works in the bar, so that's where Hercules finds him. So he does eventually agree to train Hercules and get him into shape, and Hercules then becomes like this local celebrity. And along the way he ends up meeting Meg, who is this fiery, quick-witted young woman who has no time for rescuers. And when Hercules first meets her, he mistakes what's going on as her being in trouble and being a damsel in distress, but she is actually in control of the situation and she doesn't actually need rescuing. So Hercules and Meg's relationship sort of develops as the musical goes on, and then there's a nice duet that they do together, which cleverly flips the damsel in distress trope on its head. So the story ends where Hercules gives up the chance of going back to Olympus by taking the hydra venom to take away his godlike powers, so that he can enter the vortex of souls to save Meg. And this selfish act, is actually something that no god has done before. They've never sacrificed themselves to save a human. So this then is what allows Hercules to get his immortality back. However, he decides that he doesn't want it back and that he wants to live on Earth with Meg, and that is the basic story of Hercules. It's just a very quick synopsis of what happens. However, there's quite a few things in this musical that are different from the movie. For example, there's a few characters that are different. So there's no pain and panic in it anymore. Instead, they've been replaced by two henchmen called Bob and Charles, who were funny and they did work well, but they didn't have the charm of the characters in the movie. They were shape-shifting characters in the movie, whereas obviously they're just human characters in this. Pegasus is no longer in the musical at all, which is a shame, because I think that would have been a good standout wow moment for this musical, which is something that this musical doesn't have, unlike most Disney musicals. There's no wow moment in this musical. So for example, in Mary Poppins, when she flies through the audience, or the Beast's transformation in Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, where they fly on the magic carpet, there's nothing wowing about this musical. Whereas I think if they would have had the flying horse like Pegasus in it, that would have been a really good wow moment. If you could have got it to fly over the audience or something, that would have been really fun. But no, they've taken out Pegasus altogether, I'm not sure why, because that is a character that a lot of people really like and love. But there's no Pegasus. Also, the Titans have been completely removed from this story. In the original movie, the final battle is between the gods and the Titans. However, now that doesn't take place. There's no Titans in this musical at all, and the final battle is actually done against Hades, and Hades, they have this giant puppet version of Hades, and that is now the final battle, which it was good. The puppet was impressive, but it didn't have the sort of wow factor of a battle between the mighty Titans. So that is another difference. So yeah, I suppose this musical, it just felt a little scaled down. Like, a lot of the mythical creatures that make Hercules fun and interesting have been written out. Sort of the magic sort of seems to have been gone from it. They've sort of focused more on the human element of the story. And it's still a fun story. I still enjoyed it, but like I said, it just sort of lacked that wow factor. So it worked well overall in the more character driven moments and the more comedic moments, but fans of the film may find it's missing that larger than life magical element that the film had. Good things about it were the Muses. The Muses sort of expanded their part, and they're much more present in the musical than they are in the movie, and they are absolutely fantastic. The Muses were brilliant. Loved every scene that they were in. They had some great costume changes, and yeah, I thought the Muses were fantastic. They were definitely the standout of the show. So visually, set wise, I actually thought the set was really good. It sort of evokes this stylized version of ancient Greek with towering columns. It sort of had shifting platforms, and it sort of gave this sort of grand sort of cinematic appearance to ancient Greeks. They also used some projections, and I thought the projection work was used really cleverly as well. And I also really enjoyed the colour scheme of Hercules. It was very bright, very colourful, very fun. And also the puppets that were in it were really good as well. They had the Hydra, which I thought was quite impressive, and also the large puppet of Hades was also very good. Also, there was one really good effect where they actually made the statues of Zeus and Hera come to life. I thought that effect worked really well. That was really good. And costume wise, I thought the costumes were really good, especially the Muses costumes. They had lots of costume changes, and all the costumes I thought were really fun. Again, were really bright, really colourful, and musically, obviously the show's got some great songs in it that are from the movie. So you got like Zero to Hero, Go the Distance, I Won't Say I'm in Love, and the new songs I thought worked well with the musical. They fit in well, however they weren't very memorable. I actually don't remember them at all, so they didn't really stand out that much, but at the time they did fit in well with the story and fit in well with the songs that were already there. So cast wise, we had Luke Brady as Hercules, and I thought he did a really good job. I thought he was charismatic. I thought he was good at embodying both Hercules' charm and his sort of cluelessness as well. And I thought he gave a really strong vocal performance as well, so I thought he did a really good job. And I thought he really shone in his solo number, Go the Distance. Really enjoyed that performance. Then playing Meg, we had May and Joralan, I think is her name. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But I thought she was good. She was feisty, and she had fantastic vocals as well. Really enjoyed the duet she did with Hercules called Forget About It, which I think is one of the new songs. Really enjoyed that. However, I didn't really think the chemistry between Luke Brady and May and Joralan was really there. I didn't really feel the chemistry between the two of them. So yeah, that's the only thing I think that was lacking. We then had Trevor Dion Nicholas, who played Phil. I thought he was great as Phil. And then we had Stephen Carlisle, who played Hades. I thought Hades' character, it's very different from the movie character of Hades. It's sort of more like felt more like a pantomime type villain, almost, with some of his cheesy lines that he had, his cheesy one-liners and things. But I think he did a good job with what he was given, and yeah, I enjoyed his performance. So now's probably a good place to go through the programme and show you who the rest of the cast were. Okay, so this is the programme. Like I said, I think this was £7, and it is a really nice programme. There's a lot of information in here. So when we open it up, it says a note from Andrew Lloyd Webber, because this is an Andrew Lloyd Webber theatre. We then have a Herculean welcome from the Disney theatrical group. We then have this gorgeous photo of the cast. I have a little article here, Zero to Hero, the real deal. It's a nice picture taken from the animated film. Some more information here on the film. Got another article here, Perfect Harmony. It says, with the sweeping soundscape and witty lyrics, acclaimed composer duo Alan Menken and David Zippel hit all the right notes on Hercules. So this is about the music. We've got another nice photo of the person who plays Hercules and Meg. Then have another article, A Star is Reborn. Proof that a great story and soundtrack will always go the distance. Hercules was given its first theatrical flourish in 2019. So I think this is about how the show is developed. And it's got this here, Wreck It Like Herc. So it says, Disney's Hercules is just one in a very long line of portrayals of the divine hero. We highlight some of his more notable appearances throughout the centuries. So this is all different stories of Hercules and films, adaptations and stuff throughout the years. An advert for The Lion King, which is on at the Lyceum Theatre in London. We then have an advert for the merch. Like I said, lots of merch in this show. So it says you can visit the merchandise shop before or after the show, and also during the interval. We then have the musical numbers. So in Act 1 you have the prologue, Gospel Truth 1, Gospel Truth 2, Gospel Truth 3, The Spina's Lullaby, Gospel Truth 4, Today's Gonna Be My Day, Go the Distance Reprise, One Last Hope, Forget About It, Gospel Truth 5, So Not Dead, Getting Even, and Zero to Hero. And then in Act 2 we've got Amuse Bouche, I'm Back, Getting Even Reprise, Phil's Go the Distance, Doomed to Be Human, I Won't Say I'm in Love, I Won't Say I'm in Love Reprise, Great Bolts of Thunder, To Be Human, Gospel Truth 6, That's Our Tale, and A Star is Born. So those are all the musical numbers. And then we've got this, Whose Muse is Who. So we've got that there. We've got some information on the Muses. And then we've got the cast list, the swings, understudies list, the creative team, the orchestra, and we then have the cast biographies. So playing Hercules we had Luke Brady. His theatre credits include As You Like It at the Royal Shakespeare Company, Super U, Assassins, The Prince of Egypt at the Dominion, and those are just a few things that he has done. We then had Candice Furbert, who plays Thalia, one of the Muses. Her theatre credits include Six on the Norwegian cruise line, Tina, the Tina Turner musical at the Aldwych, Dream Girls at the Savoy, and there's just a few things that she's done. We then had Charlene Hector, who played Cleo, another one of the Muses. Her theatre credits include Here and Now, Birmingham Alexandra Theatre, Standing at the Sky's Edge at the Gillian Lynn, and A Strange Loop at the Barbican. We then had Brianna Ogubawo. I'm sorry if I pronounce any names wrong. She played Mel Panini. Her theatre credits include Hadestown at the Lyric, Oklahoma at the Wyndhams, Dreamgirls UK Tour, and Disney's The Lion King UK Tour. We then had Melinda Paris, who plays Calliope, another Muse. Her theatre credits include The Little Big Things, The Enormous Crocodile at Regent Park Open Air Theatre, and Juliet at the Shaftesbury, and Mary Poppins at the Prince Edward. We then had Robin Rose Lee, who played Trepesco. Her theatre credits include Fly More Than You Fall, the Southwark Playhouse, The Baker's Wife at the Meniere Chocolate Factory, and Hairspray at the London Coliseum. We then had May Ann Joralan, who played Meg. Her theatre credits include Disney's Hercules and Disney's Aladdin Stage Theatre in Hamburg, and also Hamilton in Hamburg. We then had Trevor Dion Nichols, who played Phil. His theatre credits include Next Normal at the Donmar Warehouse, Hamilton at the Victoria Palace, Disney's Aladdin, Broadway, and Prince Edward Theatre. And there's just some things that he's done. We then had Stephen Carlisle as Hades. His theatre credits include Disney's The Lion King on Broadway, The Go-Between at the Apollo, The Producers at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, and My Fair Lady UK and Ireland Tour. We then had Craig Gallivan, who played Bob. His theatre credits include Disney's Frozen the Musical, School of Rock at the Gillian Lynn, Billy Elliot at the Victoria Palace. We then had Lee Zarrett, who played Charles. His theatre credits include Harmony, My Fair Lady, On Your Feet. There's just a few things he's done. We then had Kimmy Edwards, who is a standby Muse. Camilla Fernandez, who is a standby Muse / Muse captain. We have Rihanna Alani, who's ensemble. Lena Atonu, ensemble. Daisy Barnett, swing. Philip Bajano, swing. Sarah Bendelard, ensemble. Joel Benjamin, Zeus / ensemble. Jack Butcher, ensemble / puppet captain. Nicole Carlisle, ensemble. Francesca Daniela Baker, swing. Mary Finlayson, ensemble. Risha Higgs, swing / co-dance captain. Cruz Troy Hunter, ensemble. Travis Kerry, ensemble. It's a big cast. Stefan Legolis, ensemble. Lemoy Leon, swing. Jordan Livesey, swing. Harriet Miller, swing. Ellie Mitchell, Hera / ensemble. Safi Needham, Despina / ensemble. Ben Nicholas, ensemble. Ingrid Olivia, swing. Matt Overfield, ensemble. Patrick John Robinson, swing. Ope Soandi, ensemble. Reese West Swing, Jason Lee Winter Ensemble, and then you have the creating team's biographies. You have an advert here for Sleeping Beauty pantomime at the London Palladium. Advert for Starlight Express and Matilda. What Will You See Next? Lloyd Webber Theatres. So these are all the shows, must be on at Lloyd Webber Theatres. Advert for Oliver and one for Hades Town. Advert for Wicked. So this is advertising the other things that you can do in the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. So you have afternoon tea, and there's like cafe or something in there as well. Advert for ice cream. Life at the Lane, the history of the Royal Theatre, Drury Lane. So it has some information there. And there we go, that is some more adverts. And that is the programme. So I think that is a really nice programme for the price. So overall, I did enjoy Hercules the Musical. It was a high energy, bright, colourful, fun show with a lot of humour, heart and sass. And the cast, like I said, were fantastic. They poured everything into their performances. I thought the cast were fantastic. The songs are great. It's got some great songs in. And yeah, I think it's a fun, family-friendly musical. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I think I'd give it 3.5 stars. I don't think I quite makes the 4, and I think it's a little bit better than a 3. So I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. Would I see it again? Probably wouldn't travel all the way to West End to see it again. It's something that I'm glad I've seen once. If it toured, I would probably see it again. But I wouldn't travel all the way to West End to see it again, because like I say, it is a short show as well and it's quite expensive. But it was fun, and I'm glad that I've seen it. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this little vlog and review video of Hercules the Musical. If you'd like to read my full review of Hercules, I will link that down below. I also link down below where you can purchase tickets for the musical as well. I think it's now booking until March 2026, so yeah, it's extended its runtime already. So yeah, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.